If you have never seen Star Wars, then don't watch this video. If you came here looking for the correct order to watch the movies in, I have a PDF linked in the description that explains all this stuff without spoilers. And if your friends think you're weird for watching them in a different order, then just send them this video. With all that out of the way, get the hell out of here before I spoil the entirety of the Star Wars franchise. Alright, look. I know I've made, like, what, two Star Wars videos already. This is my third Star Wars video within, like, 2 months or something, and I don't want this to be a Star Wars channel, okay? This is going to be the last Star Wars video I make, probably like in a year. Maybe I'll make one for like May 4th or something, but this is the last one I'm making in a while. The only reason I'm making this one is A, because my first 2 Star Wars videos were just rants, and B, The Mandalorian Season 2. Alright, I don't want to, I'm not going to make another Star Wars video for a while, I promise, okay? Hello there, I'm the Syrup Snake, and I have discovered the perfect viewing order to watch Star Wars. And it's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Or if you'd rather a different quote.
Unexpected, but not unwelcome.
Yeah, how original. Anyways, with the release of The Mandalorian Season 2, I think it's time to take a step back and look at the entire franchise to figure out the best and most entertaining way to watch Star Wars. Oh, and I promise I definitely won't rant about how shitty the sequels are. That was a lie. Liar! So we're starting out with the big 3. The originals must be watched first. Okay, first change. Don't watch The Phantom Menace. Just don't do it. This movie is widely considered the worst Star Wars movie, and the only thing good to come out of it is, I mean, not much. I guess the Duel of the Fates scene was pretty cool. It's poorly paced, the plot is confusing, the dialogue is really bland, and when it isn't bland, it's fucking Jar Jar Binks. The difference between this movie and Attack of the Clones is that this one isn't necessarily the overall story of Star Wars. And it really only serves as a side story to introduce Anakin, I guess. And, you know, I mean, there is some important stuff with Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Maul, but we'll get to that later. So, skip number 1 for now, at least. And if you really want to, you can come back to it later. But I don't know who in their right mind would want to do that. Now we're on to Attack of the Clones, and I'm sorry to say this, but we're not skipping this one. It's a crucial movie for this series. It explains how the Clone Wars started, even if it doesn't really explain it because the plot is very broken. And it shows Anakin turning to the dark side, as well as him and Padme falling in love.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
This isn't much, but at least it's something. It's important, and it's our introduction to Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Yeah, this seems weird, I know. But just give me a minute to explain myself here, alright? The Clone Wars, when you get past Season 1, is incredible, and most importantly, it fixes a lot of plot holes in Revenge of the Sith. It elaborates on Anakin's turn to the dark side, rather than making him seem like a selfish, spoiled brat. It shows that he has reason to be frustrated with the Council, and that he truly does care for his friends. It shows that he really was
a good friend
to Obi-Wan, and it lets his romance with Padme develop in a meaningful way, since all we got in the last movie was, I hate sand, but you're better than sand.
I don't like sand.
Yeah, okay man, flirt 100 right there. There's also a lot of other stuff, like, why are there no Force ghosts in the prequels? Why would the clones betray the Jedi like that? And the thing is that you're seeing this stuff happening without knowing what's next. You know as much as the Jedi do about Order 66 during the Fives arc. And when the finale rolls around, everything falls into place and Order 66 hits you right in the noggin. Another benefit, if you were to watch Clone Wars after Revenge of the Sith, you'd know who isn't going to die. Like Grievous, Dooku, Plo Koon, Jar Jar fucking Binks, I wish he would die. But watching this first gives it some more suspense. But there's one problem. If we're skipping the Phantom Menace, then what about Darth Maul and what about Qui-Gon Jinn? Well, with Darth Maul, it explains him perfectly in Clone Wars. Mother Talzin mentions him when talking with Dooku, and, well, I actually think the mystery is pretty great. We're on the same page as Savage as all of this is going down, and it gives everything a sense of mystery and suspense. The same thing with Qui-Gon. He's this mysterious voice on Mortis and a mysterious voice guiding Yoda. I don't know, it just seems more natural storytelling as opposed to just, oh yeah, I remember Maul and Qui-Gon from the first episode, I know who they are. I just think it's a better viewing experience. You don't need to watch every episode of Clone Wars, just the important ones. And there are plenty of online guides, and I have my own personal list in that PDF. Now, what next? Well, the obvious answer would be Revenge of the Sith, but I have a better idea. I present to you Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition by Madman's Knowledge. It's a fan edit that combines the finale of Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith, and it is really well made. I have a link to Madman's Knowledge video about it in the description, as well as in that PDF. If you're watching Clone Wars before Revenge of the Sith, it's crucial that you watch the finale and Revenge of the Sith together, and this fan edit makes it easy. Keep in mind, there are other fan edits. This is just the one that I found, and I think this one was really well made, but if you find another one, just I don't know. I feel like watching them together also makes the masterpiece of a finale feel more tied together with Revenge of the Sith, rather than, oh, it's cool, they made it fit together. It's just more natural, and it feels like it belongs with this movie. It's also some of the greatest Star Wars writing since Empire Strikes Back, and it makes Revenge of the Sith more entertaining overall. While I'm doing the voiceover here, I forgot to write something in the script. I think that Revenge of the Sith is a really good concept of a movie, and it's really, like, the story behind it is really good, but it was written terribly, and I think that Dave Filoni did a better job of writing this story in the Clone Wars finale, so maybe, like, some of the ideas that they were trying to show in Revenge of the Sith are more apparent in the Clone Wars finale. After that, it's your choice. You can go back to Phantom Menace, but I don't know why anyone would want to do that. You could go on to the sequels, but I don't know why anyone would want to do. Yeah, I knew I couldn't make it through the video without shitting on the sequels. You would more likely watch Rebels or The Mandalorian, but there's also tons of video games, comics, and even books. Yeah, I know that nobody wants to read stuff, but in case you're insane, there are good Star Wars books out there. And just make sure to check if stuff is canon, because Disney made that really confusing. Now to put my theory to the test. My good friend Schneed, link in the description, has never seen Star Wars. He came to me 2 weeks ago and asked, what order do I watch the Star Wars movies in? And a light bulb went off. I told him to watch Star Wars in this order, and here's what happened. It worked. It worked. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it worked. I told you, I'm right, always.
I was right.
When I asked Schneed to watch the movies with Clone Wars before Revenge of the Sith, he completely understood everything and loved it. Of course, like any normal human being, he liked the originals and didn't like Attack of the Clones, but now into more interesting stuff. He thought Maul and Qui-Gon made complete sense, so no, you don't need to watch The Phantom Menace. Don't waste your precious fucking time. As I predicted, the Fives arc was enjoyable without knowing the... As I predicted, the Fives arc was enjoyable without knowing the true nature of the inhibitor chip, and his takeaway wasn't the clones are gonna kill the Jedi, but rather that it was interesting, and it shows a lot of the distrust that's been going on. So he was on the same page as the Jedi, even more perfectly than I could have imagined. But here's the interesting stuff. When I asked what his opinion was on Revenge of the Sith, he said it was amazing, and after that I asked, well, what if it didn't have the Ahsoka and Maul stuff? And he responded, it was a good movie, and I would watch it again. Among his highlights were Ahsoka vs. Maul, and Ahsoka and Rex escaping Order 66, and Anakin vs. Obi-Wan. Because this scene, when you know the real Anakin, the Anakin that George Lucas fucked up the first time, then this scene is really an emotional masterpiece. If you watch Clone Wars before Revenge of the Sith, you will understand and connect with Anakin's character more, and you'll enjoy it better. This is the way to watch Star Wars.